networks. Now, hundreds of people have reportedly attended the funeral of a young Iranian woman who died after being detained by the morality police in Tehran. 22-year-old Mahsa Amini was detained for allegedly violating the Islamic Republic's strict dress code for women. The morality police said Ms. Amini suffered a heart attack and they deny the reports that she was beaten. The Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi has ordered an investigation into the case, which has caused public outrage in Iran. Well, with me is BBC Persian's Baran Abbasi. Can we talk about, first of all, why she was arrested? Because her mother, according to the reports that I've read, said she was observing the rules and wearing a long, loose robe and a hijab.
Exactly. She was wearing a hijab, and the CCTV footage released by the police also shows her wearing a long robe. But the problem is that the morality police in Iran seems to be very subjective when they decide to arrest women. And so it doesn't matter really if she was wearing a hijab or not. It depends on the perception of the police at the time, whether she was adhering to the strict hijab rules. And so when she was arrested, she did protest against the fact that she was wearing the hijab, but still she was taken into custody, and according to eyewitnesses, she was beaten whilst in custody. Right,
well, let's talk about that bit. So she's taken to the detention centre. They say that she suffered a sudden heart attack. Her family say she was perfectly healthy before she was arrested. So what do we suspect happened?
Absolutely. Eyewitnesses say that she was beaten up and she slipped into a coma. And the pictures released from the hospital shows her with her ears bleeding. So there are some doctors online that saying that it cannot just happen because someone had a heart attack. And the family also say that she was perfectly healthy. She was 22 years old and she had no medical history. So it's very hard for the government to prove to the people and to convince people that she just had a heart attack all of a sudden, especially since the previous narratives of the government in previous incidents have proved to be wrong. So even though the government has, the state TV has showed CCTV footage, still people have managed to find inconsistencies in that footage. The footage seems to have been censored, so it's not really clear what happened, but as eyewitnesses say, she was beaten up.
So as you say, this photo and this video is now circulating on social media. What has been the reaction on the street?
People are very, very angry. When she was in the hospital, there were protests outside the hospital and also clashes with even the morality police outside the hospital were arresting women, and there were clashes outside the hospital. And she comes from the ethnic Kurdish minority from the west of Iran, and in her hometown there have been protests. Kurdish parties opposed to the government have announced a general strike on Monday, and there are more protests expected. Today, there have been protests outside the governor's office in her hometown, and there are reports of police opening fire, people having been injured and arrested. And it seems because of her hometown and where she comes from, it could prove difficult for the government to control it.
OK. Baran Abbasi, thank you very much indeed for the update. Thank you.